when I opened the door, they were about to barricade, but they were being careful with the table and couldn't quite get it over there without breaking anything. So I could have shot, I didn't shoot from that range, but assuming it was all kill shots, I would have killed 5 people, maybe. And the rest of you guys, we reduced our numbers from 30 to 5, and all you did was speed walk. That's silly easy. When you say, well, in real life, obviously we're just going to leave. Well, you know what? They're not doing that in real life. They're hanging out and waiting, which is why we do this training. So you guys, obviously, you think about that for next time. Think about what your options are. Even if I'm right there, remember how tough it is to hit a moving target? You still have that option of evacuation if you don't think you can barricade. And this is why you train. This is why when you get back to your office space, you take a look around. You already know ahead of time if you have anything in your office that you could barricade with. That way you don't take those extra 30 seconds trying to find something to barricade with. You already know if you needed to, if you could or not. So this time we're going to give you another option.
I got one more thing about the previous one. We showed the video, and I'm not sure you mentioned it this time, but remember Fort Lauderdale. If someone would have said, run, people would have ran. And I think it was you in our room. Right. You were sneaking out, kind of like, where's he at? And then we had a bottleneck at the door. And he said, just keep moving, or go. And then guess what? Everybody went. Takes one leader in there, right, to say, we got to get out. And he did a good job of saying, keep going. So just remember that for the other rooms, right? If there's hesitation there, and you're the one person in there, hey, we got to get out of here, you know, and they'll go, because they did, right? 'Cause even you fell in and you exited, right?
Yeah.
Right, so it takes one person, if there's a bottleneck, we can't have that bottleneck, but it takes that one person, that little extra push to say, hey, we got to get out of here, let's go, and it worked.
Our room did the same thing.
Did it?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's going to be that way out and about in the rest of your life. I mean, not just in here. Everybody in here has had this training, so hopefully everybody in here falls back on it and uses it. But, oh, hopefully you don't have to, but if you had to. But out and about, not everybody has, and people are looking for answers, just like they said, I'm sure, during the training. People out there are looking for answers. They're looking for somebody to have the answer. Just like they said at the airport, if one person would have said, hey, we got to get out of here. Everybody else is going to follow. That's going to be you when you're out at the mall. If God forbid something like this happens. We got to get out of here. It really is that simple.
Same thing in Vegas. Should we get out of here? No, stay down. Really?
Yeah, really.
You know, that was the leader. That was the voice. I mean, it was...
People are looking for an answer.
People are
It
looking
happened
for
to be
guidance.
the wrong answer that time, but they all followed. All right, so this time we're going to give you a couple more options. Again, you can evacuate a barricade. If you barricade, don't break anything. If you evacuate half speed, you make it to either one of those doorways, you're safe. Or this doorway down here, safe. The other things you can do is you could swarm. Swarm is, again, a last resort. Swarm isn't, hey, you, and you, I hear gunshots down there, come with me, let's go get them. Swarm is, I was able to open the door, and you guys were there, so you swarmed. Just like in that situation, you were going to barricade, but it failed, and I was able to come in. You know what? You get that table out of the way, and you swarm. That's the situation that's going to be a swarm. If you swarm, don't plant your face into my chest and drive through and do a nice form tackle. I should never leave my feet. What you're going to do is, first person, grab onto the gun hand, pull it in tight. If you don't, I'm not going to turn the gun into you and shoot. I'm just going to say I could have and demonstrate that I could have. Second person, grab onto this arm, pull it in tight. If you don't, I'm not going to hit you with it, but I'm going to demonstrate that I could have. Once 2 people have grabbed both arms in tight, I'm going to call it right there because I don't want people to go any further than that. Don't grab onto my legs. Don't rip me to the floor. Pull this arm in tight. Pull this arm in tight. Just think of it as giving me 2 big hugs. Once you've done that, I'll say you've swarmed and that is it. Your other option is you can use a distractionary device. We're going to hand those out right now. These are distractionary devices, not weapons. The difference is you're going to be throwing it underhand. You're going to be throwing it underhand. You're going to be throwing it underhand. Can't stress this enough. I'm the only one that's been injured doing this, and it's because people failed to follow directions.
Accidents happen.
Don't listen to him. All right, anybody in here play high school baseball, softball? Right there, perfect. Step on out here in the hallway.
You're regretting your decision.
I also had rotator cuff surgery.
Oh, you'll be
you're just
fine.
gonna catch.
Okay.
Oh, wait, are you okay catching? Would
Yes.
that hurt your shoulder? All right,
Yes.
put your safety glasses on.
I don't want to
All right.
that ball hit
I'm gonna throw both balls to you, one a little faster, one a little slower. They're gonna get you at the same time. Just catch them both.
All right.
She can't help but want to protect herself. It's an involuntary reflex. The shooter's going to have the same thing. This was just a tennis ball, and it didn't even come at her. Imagine if it's a stapler or something like that. You're interrupting their OODA loop, and you're giving them an involuntary reflex. They're taking their eyes off the target. They can't help but do that. They can't control it. She knew what was coming. She knew what she was supposed to do, but she still couldn't. That's the way it's going to be in real life. It's just a distractionary device. If you come out of your room and I'm coming from this way, you shouldn't stop and wind up to get a good throw because you give me a stationary target. Maybe a flip like this as you keep running. Because the most important thing is to get out and just use it as a distractionary device. If the ball is still in your hands, when it gets to my face, that's no longer a throw, that's a punch. Unfortunately, this has happened too. Please be gentle with me. All right, so evacuate, barricade, you can use your distractionary device, you can swarm. Any questions? All right, we'll go back to our